All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. And welcome to Rise and Shine. Align and refine. We will align and refine ourselves this morning and spend a few minutes sending good thoughts to our beautiful friend, Nicole, on this foggy, peaceful Monday morning. So let's start by grounding our sit bones into the earth beneath us. Taking a moment to find our strength and our center and borrow some of that energy from the earth. Tilt your pelvis forward slightly and grow your spine long and tall towards the sky. Reach the crown of your head upwards as high as you can. Lengthen your neck. Imagine Nicole's fingers on those bones behind your ears. Lift them up a centimeter to stretch the neck and allow your shoulders to drop with intention. Rest those hands lightly on your thighs. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. And take a moment to settle. Notice if you don't feel settled, you're fidgety, or if you're calm and grounded and connected deeply below. Whichever you are is fine. And just notice what's happening. Maybe readjust if need be to find that spot that feels settled or as settled as possible on this day. And take a moment and bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand atop. Just connect with that heart space. Listen to your heart, as we say. And notice what it has to say. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And focus on all the feelings. They may be in that heart space. They may be in your mind chattering. They may be in your throat chakra. Notice what's happening, where it's happening. And just connect with it for a moment. Noticing whatever is on this morning. Take a moment to send yourself some good wishes. And Nicole some good wishes for this week ahead. And take in a long, deep inhale through your nose. And a big exhale through your mouth. Another deep, nourishing inhale, filling yourself up with breath, compassion, love, acceptance. And an exhale, letting all the stress go. Lower your hands to your thighs and slowly open your eyes and just notice how you feel. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. Notice all the sensations. And roll them forward 3 times. Enjoying how it all feels. Take a moment once again to settle here. Close your eyes with your hands resting on your thighs. And once again, notice how you feel. Take that pause at the beginning of the day to connect with yourself. Connect with the earth. Connect with your heart. With your mind. And even with your throat, the things you want to say, sort of the conduit between your body and the outside world. How does that feel? Is there anything there you'd like to let go? Or does it feel like a space that flows and there's lots to say and lots to share and lots to give? Just notice how it feels. And open your eyes once again. And inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky, palms face one another, clasp your fingers together, flip your palms up, shimmy those shoulders behind your ears, stretch as tall as you can, both side bodies reach long, 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 sit bones ground into the earth, inhale deeply, and exhale. Inhale, reach tall, arch slightly, and exhale, round, suck your navel in, drop your head and neck, press your palms forward into a seated cat. Suck that navel all the way towards the spine. Inhale deeply, slightly arch your spine. Exhale, round, suck your navel in, drop your head and neck. Inhale, reach tall, slight arch. Exhale, round, and suck your navel. Just one more slight arch towards the sky. Inhale deeply. Exhale, reach your arms out towards the side. Wrists flex, press your palms into the side wall. Engage every muscle in your arms. Palms press hard into the side walls. Hinge the scapula. Notice everything engaged. Core is engaged firmly. Squeeze your hands together into fists and open. Squeeze together and open. Squeeze together. Notice all the heat forming in your arms and open your fists. One more tight fist and open. Wrap your arms around in front, right arm in front of the left. Come into eagle arms. Grasp your thumbs or your palms, whatever works for you. Elbows are shoulder height. Inhale, lift your elbows up an inch. Exhale, lower to shoulder height. Notice perhaps the sensations in the scapula in your back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch. And exhale, round. Draw your elbows in towards your belly and allow your head and neck to fall into the cradle of your arms. Notice all the stretch in the back body, in the neck. Move gently since it's early in the morning, but notice the release and just let things go. Deep inhale into the back body here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, raise your elbows to shoulder height. Untangle them out towards the side walls. Press those palms into the side walls for a moment. And then recross them in front, left arm under the right. Grasp your thumbs together or your palms, whatever works for your body. Elbows up to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower to shoulder height. Notice all the sensations. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up an inch. And exhale, round your spine, drop your elbows into your belly, allow your head and neck to fall into the cradle of your arms. Deep breath into the back body with kindness and compassion, fill it up. And exhale, let it go. Inhale into that pocket behind the heart space. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise back upright, elbows to shoulder height. Head and crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Untangle your arms, bring them towards the side wall and lower them towards the earth. Ground your sit bones into the earth once again. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Take your right hand, right thumb and middle finger, grasp your left wrist, ground that left wrist into left hip into the earth and tip towards the right. Tug that left wrist towards the right. Stretch the whole right side body. Notice your core engaged. Inhale deeply. And exhale, look over the left shoulder if you can, stretching the whole left side body even a little bit more. One more deep inhale here. And exhale, let it go. Come back to center. Switch the clasp of your hands, left thumb and middle finger grabbing the right wrist. Ground your right hip into the earth. Tug the right wrist towards the left. Big stretch into the whole right side body. And exhale, let it go. Another deep inhale into the right side body. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale. Exhale, look up over the right shoulder. If it works for your neck, big stretch into the right side body and let it go. Inhale, come back up to center. Release your arms down to the side and just shake it out. Roll your shoulders back 3 times if they feel tight or stuck. and roll them forward 3 times. If you're sitting on something, go ahead and take it out from underneath you. And we'll come directly to hands and knees today. Hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips, making a strong tabletop. Engage your core, ground all 10 fingers into the earth, equal pie shapes between them. Ground the tops of your feet and the shins into the earth. Inhale, arch into cow pose. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky, sit bones reach towards the sky. Exhale, round, suck your navel up, drop your head into cat. Inhale for cow, sit bones reach up, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. And exhale for cat. Suck your navel all the way up towards the sky, drop your head and neck, round your spine. Exhale, arch, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, sit bones come towards the sky. Last cat pose, exhale, suck your navel up towards the sky, drop your head and neck, round your spine as high as you can, and we'll meet back in tabletop to start. Bring your knees apart, toes together, sink your hips all the way back and walk your fingertips towards the front of the mat as far forward as you can, coming into an easy child pose. Third eye, your forehead or your intuition comes down towards the earth and grounds into it. Take 5 deep breaths into the back body here and into that pocket behind your heart. Take a moment here to listen to what's going on within. What is your body telling you at the beginning of this week? What it needs, what's important? As you breathe in, feel the breath going into all the tiny nooks and crannies. Allow your hips to fall closer towards your heels. Last long, deep breath here. Come back to hands and knees, slowly transition. Notice any aches, pains, pricks, whatever works, whatever's happening. Walk your hands forward a handprint, curl your toes, and come up to an easy downward dog. First one of the day, likely, and just enjoy it. Walk your feet out, walk the dog, notice all the sensations. Press into your hands and shoot your hips up towards the sky. Lift up onto your tiptoes as high as you can, and slowly lower your heels towards the earth. Bend your left knee and press your right heel towards the earth. Enjoy the stretch in the back of the right leg. Bend your right knee, press your left heel into the earth fully. You don't have to touch the floor, but notice all the sensations in the back of the left leg. Lift up onto both tiptoes, high, high, high. Sit bones are the apex. Reach them towards the sky. Press into your hands. Press back, hips up and back. Notice all the sensations here. Walk your hands about 2 handprints closer to your feet. Widen your stance slightly. Take your left hand and reach it towards your right ankle. Look under the right armpit. Coming into a twist here. Legs are straight. Just notice all the sensations. 2 breaths here. Looking under that right armpit. Bring the left hand back to the earth. Come back to a shorter downward dog. Ground both hands, both feet into the earth. Take your right hand, grab your left ankle. Look under the left armpit. Allow your head and neck to relax here. Notice the sensations in the backs of the legs. Bring your right hand back to the floor and walk both hands back to your feet. Coming into an easy forward fold. Knees are bent easily. Sink your hips down a little bit lower. Take your hands, grasp your elbows, and allow your head and neck to sway. Just release everything. Shift into your toes and enjoy it. Shift into your heels. Shift to the left. Shift to the right and come back to center. Just notice everything releasing here. It's a bit of an inversion, so head and neck are just relaxed towards the floor. You can even take your hands and grasp your occiput and just cradle your head there. Lift up all 10 toes, you don't need them. Ground the four corners of your feet into the earth. Lower them down. Release your hands towards the floor. Engage your belly and roll up as absolutely slowly as you can. Inch by inch, you'll engage the whole back body and your core. Head and neck hang as you come up to stand, letting everything go. Notice all the shifts in blood flow and enjoy the transition. The transition is actually most of what we do in life are transitions. Mondays are transitions. As you arrive, shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Pinch them as high as you can towards the ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat. Pinch the scapula together. Notice the release. And exhale, lower your palms towards the front of the mat. Shoulders relaxed towards the floor. Just notice how you feel here for a moment. Lift up all 10 toes and ground both four corners of both feet into the earth. Tighten your kneecaps, your thighs, tuck your pelvis, grow your spine long and tall. Crown of the head reaches skyward, high, 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 and drop your shoulders. Tadasana or mountain pose. Connect here with your groundedness and your strength. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together. Finger pads, each one touches. Thumbs connect to the sternum. Inhale deeply and exhale. Take a moment here to connect with your intention for being here this Monday morning. What is your wish for this week? How do you hope to show up for yourself and your loved ones? For everyone else? What is the special shine you might like to share? Or maybe it's a week of needing to take care of you. Either one. When we choose with intention, we have a direction. It's like setting your GPS. So it is important each day and each week to take a moment to set your GPS. Then you're much more likely to end up somewhere that you'd like, rather than just anywhere. Take in another deep inhale through your nose. A long, sweet exhale, letting everything go. Lower your arms to your sides. Inhale them up towards the sky. Palms together, slight arch. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Sit bones stick back towards the back of the mat. Exhale, lower down. Walk your hands forward and come back to downward dog. Ground both hands into the earth, both feet into the earth. Take a moment to straighten your arms, engage your shoulders, reach your sit bones up towards the sky, press into the hands. Inhale your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, immediately bend to the knees, stack the hips, roll the ankle out. Enjoy all the sensations there in the front of the hip. Release the hip flexor. Roll your ankle in the opposite direction. Notice all the sensations. Square your hips and gently bring your right foot between your hands. Come into Anjanayasana or low lunge. You can use blocks if you wish. Back knee is on the earth. Untuck the back toes, bend the front knee, and slowly engage your belly and raise both arms up towards the sky into low lunge. If you wish to keep your hands on your blocks, you can, whatever works for you. Tuck that right hip back and the left hip forward, and just take a moment and notice. Notice if you're wobbly. Notice if you're steady. Breathe in with kindness into the front of that left hip. Just releasing whatever's there with intention. Setting your GPS for what you'd like to keep there, what you'd like to let go. Breathe deeply into it and exhale, let it go. Another deep inhale into the front of the left hip. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Press the thumbs into the sternum. Shift forward, hinge forward at the waist, and bring your left elbow, hook it over the right knee. Come into an easy low lunge twist here. Palms pressed together, elbows reach in either direction. Notice the sensation in the front of the left hip here and enjoy it. Breathe into it, one more breath, and let it go. Untwist, come back to center. Lower your hands to either side of your right foot. Curl the back toes and come up into a high lunge here. Place the left palm onto the earth, twist towards the right into an easy twist, and just enjoy all the sensations there. Strong legs in both directions, back leg is straight, right fingers reach towards the sky, left hand is grounded into the earth. Deep breath here. Exhale, bring your right hand into the left hip crease, roll your right shoulder open, and breathe into that pocket behind the heart that pops open here. One breath. Exhale, reach the right arm back up towards the sky, lower it towards the earth, and we'll hop the back foot forward, come into triangle pose, straight your right leg, tack your right hip back, left hip forward, and just notice a gentle release here. Lots of gentle, easy releases here. Being kind to ourselves and just noticing this morning. Tuck that right hip back, left hip forward. Both legs are straight, pyramid pose. Breathe into all the sensations in the back of the right and the left leg. You can shift onto the back tiptoe and shift your weight forward if you want. And exhale, lower it down, and just notice how it feels. Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Come into a forward fold. Widen your stance if you need. Engage your belly and slowly roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head will be the last to rise. And just enjoy all the transitions. Pause for a second when you arrive. You don't even need to adjust anything this time. Just notice. Deep breath in and exhale, let it go. Inhale, shrug those shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat. Pinch those scapula together. Notice all the sensations and lower your hands towards the earth. Palms open towards the front. Tadasana or mountain pose. Deep inhale into that chest space, the pocket behind the heart. Fill it up with nourishment. And exhale, let it go. Turn your palms to face one another. Raise them up in front of you to shoulder height. Notice your feet ground into the earth. Feet are at hips width. Arms are shoulder height. Palms face one another in front of you. Ground into the earth. Engage your belly and reach both arms up towards the sky. Palms come together. Inhale deeply. Reach tall. Engage your spine. Everything engaged here. Exhale, lower them down in front, shoulder height once again, and lower them down towards the earth. Notice how you feel. Roll those shoulders back 3 times and forward 3 times. You still may have a few final kinks in there to undo. Shake them out. Ground your feet into the earth once again. Engage your belly. Inhale your arms out and up, palms come together, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold, hips stick out towards the back. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward to downward dog and pause. Inhale, Raise that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, stack the hips, roll the foot, ankle in one direction. Send the breath to the front of that left hip. Roll your ankle in the opposite direction. Re-square your hips so they're square to the floor. Exhale, gently bring that left foot between your hands. Come into Anjanayasana, low lunge. Take your time rising upward. Untuck the back toes, back knee on the earth. Wiggle the left toes forward so the left knee does not extend beyond the left ankle. Line everything up nicely. When you're ready, engage your belly and inhale both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink into the hips slightly. Tack the left hip back, right hip forward, and notice the stretch in the front of the right hip. Inhale deeply into it. And exhale, sink a little lower into it if you can, if it feels right, or if you have your hands on blocks, you can just pause there and enjoy the long, deep release. Inhale once again. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, palms together, hinge at the waist, right elbow hooks over the left knee, coming into a low lunge twist. Breathe into it. One more breath here, just noticing all the sensations, likely a plethora of sensations in the front of that right hip. Notice them with kindness, just let whatever's there go with intention. Unhook that right elbow, come back to center, lower your hands on either side of the left foot, curl the back toes, come up into a high lunge, readjust if you need. Take your right palm, ground it into the earth, twist towards the left, reach the left fingertips towards the sky. Back leg is straight. Ground into the earth through the right hand, reach skyward with the left fingertips and enjoy. Inhale deeply and exhale, let it go. One more deep inhale here. And exhale, let it go. Lower that left hand to the outside of the left foot. Step the back foot forward, a footprint or two. Come into pyramid pose, both legs straight. Tap the left hip back and the right hip forward. And just enjoy all the sensations here. You can play with it. You can rock forward onto the tiptoes. You can stay just where you are. Tap the left hip back, right hip forward. Notice what feels good and nourishing. One more long breath here. And then step that back foot forward to meet the front. Come into forward fold. Ground your feet into the earth. Engage your belly. Slowly roll up to stand, inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise. Take your time and enjoy the transition. When we can take our time and enjoy the transitions, the day just goes much better. When you arrive, ground your feet into the earth, lift up all 10 monkey toes and lower them down. Tuck your pelvis, grow your spine long and tall, heart is light, shoulders relaxed, head and neck are long, reaching towards the sky. Tadasana mountain pose. One more deep inhale here. Enjoy it. Don't rush out of it. This is one of the most fun poses and everything is engaged here. Exhale, let it go. In Nicole style, come to the side of your mat. If you want your blocks for triangle pose, you can grab them, but you also don't need them. So if you wish to have them, place them on the back edges of the mat. Stand in the middle of the mat, ground your feet into the earth. Reach your arms out shoulder height towards the side and step your feet out wide into a wide angle. Ankles will be directly under your wrists. Take a moment to get yourself organized. Ground your feet into the earth, arms engaged in either direction. Turn your right toes towards the right edge of the mat and pigeon toe those back toes. Hips will shoot back towards the back of the mat or towards the left, and right arm reaches all the way long over those right toes. Slowly lower down into Trikonasana or triangle pose. You can use the block if you wish. It's kind of a nourishing pose and reminds me of Nicole with all the blocks. So right hand on the block, left hand reaches towards the sky. Legs are straight. Roll your chest open. If you wish, look up towards the left fingertips. Breathe here, breathe in and out. In and out. One more last breath in Trikonasana or triangle pose. Engage the left side body, rise back upright. Arms reach in either direction. We're going to bend the right knee and come directly into warrior two. Gaze goes out over the right middle fingertips. Notice the outer edge of your left foot grounds into the earth. Notice the solidity of the right foot ground into the earth, and both arms reach in either direction. Your spine is straight upright. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. It's a very strong position. Everything engaged here once again. Take a deep breath into the chest and just enjoy it. Exhale, let it go. Take your left hand, drop it down the left thigh, reach the right arm up and over towards the crease between the back wall and the ceiling. Come into reverse warrior. 2 breaths here into the front of the right rib cage. Fill it up with air. And let it out. One more deep breath here. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Straight that right knee. Turn your toes towards the side edge of the mat, and we'll turn towards the opposite side. So left toes jet line towards the left front of the mat. Pigeon toe that back foot. Reach your arms in either direction. Engage your belly. Shift your hips back towards the right. Left fingertips reach long, as far long in front of those left toes as you can. And then drop your left hand to the block or the floor. Come into Triconasana pose. Right fingers reach towards the sky. Roll the right shoulder back and look upwards towards the right hand if it works for you. Trikonasana pose. Breathe into that chest space, into all the little pockets that open up here. 2 more breaths here. Last one. Rise back upright. Bend that front knee. Come into warrior two. Readjust your back foot if needed. Arms go in either direction. Notice if you dump your right hand low. I always do. So readjust. Arms should be shoulder height. You might notice a little burning in the arms. Gaze is over the left middle finger. Ground your feet into the earth. Strong feet. Spine is straight up and down. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Shoulders relax. Deep breath here. Strong warrior. One more deep breath. On the exhale, bring your right hand down the right thigh. Left fingertips reach up over your head towards the back wall between the crease of the ceiling and the back wall. Reverse warrior. Breathe into those tiny pockets of the front left ribs that are now popped open. One more breath here. Just enjoy it. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Straight that left knee. Turn your toes to face the side edge of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips and elbows will reach behind you. We're going to come into a forward fold, wide angle forward fold. If you have those blocks, and I think most of you do, I recommend stacking them in front of you to place your third eye on them. If you don't, you can just use your hands. Elbows, reach back, puff your chest out, hinge forward at the waist, fold forward with a flat back. Lower your hands towards the earth. Ground from here, your hands will be on the earth, spine is straight. Ground those outer edges of the feet into the earth and just notice the inner thigh stretch to start. And then if you have your blocks, adjust them so you can put your third eye or your forehead onto the block into an easy inversion. You may need 1 block, 2 blocks, whatever works for you. And just take a moment here to calm your mind, ground your thoughts. Three more breaths here to start the day solid, calm, grounded, connected to your intuition. The third eye chakra is the intuition, so connect to that. Two more deep breaths. Noticing the shifts in energy, perhaps the release in the backs of the legs. Readjust if need be. Press into your hands straight back. Pick your head up off the blocks. Take a moment with a flat back just to notice and enjoy the shifts in blood flow. You may even want to bring your feet a little smidge closer together. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows reach up towards the sky. Slowly hinge up at the waist, coming back upright. Notice the shifts in blood flow here. And heel toe your feet back to center if that works for you. And just shake everything out. You may notice a different feeling in the backs of the legs. Just enjoy it. And then slowly transition to a seat. If you want to keep a block in front of you, we're going to do double pigeon to start here, just letting things go. Some people like to have the blocks there. So in easy cross-legged position, ground the sit bones into the earth with intention, tilt your pelvis forward. Your right shin can be in front of the left, or you can take your right ankle and place it atop the left knee, coming into double pigeon. Start by sitting upright, hands on the knees, tilt your pelvis forward slightly and spine reaches up towards the sky and drop your shoulders. So you'll notice the release in the hips, but you also want to have your belly engaged and your chest shining forward, shoulders dropped and crown of the head reaching easily towards the sky. This isn't just about your hips. So wherever your feet are is fine, but pelvis grounded and tilted forward. Then if you have your block, you can place it in front of you, hinge at the waist and walk your hands forward, lower your forehead onto the block if that works for you, or two blocks, and come into double pigeon for a moment. This is another spot of both transition, letting things go, and focusing your GPS. Where do you want to show up this week? Third eye connected to your intuition, hips grounded into the earth. Letting go of what doesn't need to come with you and connecting with what does. Take a moment to draw your attention to the forehead or the third eye, ground into the block if you have one. And then notice what's happening in the hips. Just notice and let it happen. Likely a little shift. Slowly walk your hands back towards your shins, rise up off of the block. Slowly transition to upright. Extend both legs long in front of you. Rock side to side on those sit bones. Ground them into the earth. Tilt your pelvis forward. Spine is long and tall. Crown of the head reaches upward. Take your hands, put them behind you. Come into Dandasana. Toes flex towards your nose. Press your Knees towards the earth, everything engaged. Inhale deeply, strong. Let it go. Another deep inhale into your chest. Fill it up with nourishment. Engage every muscle. Your heels may lift up off the ground even. Staff pose. Let it go. Release your legs. Recross them. Left in front of the right or left ankle atop the right knee. Come into double pigeon on this side. Take a moment here to ground yourself sitting upright. So ground your sit bones into the earth. Your left foot is atop the right knee or in front. Pelvis tilts forwards. It's a hinge in the waist. Spine tall towards the sky. Shoulders drop. Crown of the head reaches upward. Then grab the block, if that's what you're going to use. Walk your hands forward and slowly lower your forehead or third eye to the block. It may feel very different on this side. You might need 2 blocks on this side. Either is fine. Just notice. Once again, letting go of things in the hips and focusing your attention on that third eye and your intuition and how you want to show up. You may find it's easier to focus on the third eye, or it may be easier to focus on the heart space, whatever works for you. And just notice, does this work better? Does hand to heart work better? What helps you guide yourself? Draw your attention to that outer hip again. Send the breath there. Let go of what's not serving you. Slowly walk your hands back towards your shins. Rise up off of the blocks. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky and just notice the blood flow shifts here. Untangle your feet. We're going to come back into Dandasana once again. Move the flesh of your seat if you need to. Hinge at the waist. Take your hands, place your fingertips behind you, tense your fingertips, puff your chest out, shoulders down and back. Extend the legs with intention. Ankles flex, toes flex, knees press towards the earth. Deep inhale into that pocket behind the heart and enjoy it. And a big exhale. One more, fully engaged Dandasana or staff pose. It's a strong pose, kind of like warrior 2. Engage everything. Fill up with strength, confidence, calm, purpose, direction, knowing exactly where that GPS is going to go for this week, and let it go. Bring your hands up to parallel to your legs. Engage your belly here and slowly roll down to the earth, inch by inch, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae until you land on the earth. And just notice how you feel when you arrive. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana. If you wish, and those blocks are still nearby, it would be lovely to just tuck them under your knees so the release isn't so intense early in the morning. Notice what works for you. It can be more luxurious with the blocks under your knees. It's not a crutch. Take your left hand and place it atop your heart. And take your right hand and either place it over the navel, which is your solar plexus chakra, or over your sacral chakra, which is about 2 inches underneath your navel. The sacral one has more to do with trust and creativity and relationships. So decide if you prefer that or the navel chakra, whatever feels right. You might even notice which feels right, which needs more attention. Where can you listen within more clearly? Deep inhale into that chest space, especially the pocket behind the heart, with compassion. Exhale, let it go. Close your eyes and allow yourself to just settle here in a peaceful and calm way. Notice everything slowing down. Release your hands and take them to the outer edges of your thighs. Draw your knees together and bring your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Just rock side to side, massage your sacrum, loosen everything out. If you wish, you can take your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Come into happy baby. Rock here and enjoy just a couple moments, not minutes. Couple rocks, massage different parts of the lower back. Bring the soles of your feet together, press your heels into your groin for a final inner thigh stretch. And then slowly release your hands, lower the soles of the feet to the earth, stretch your legs long in front of you. Allow your toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat. And bring your hands alongside you, palms open towards the sky. Coming into Shavasana, or final resting pose. Eyes closed. Notice what's touching the floor. Connect to the earth below. Draw its energy up through you. Allow the breath to breathe for itself. Allow the thoughts to calm and still. Take a few moments here to just enjoy sinking back into your body, or perhaps floating just above it. Whatever works for your mind to come to complete stillness and complete rest. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a deep inhale and stretch your arms long, long above you and your toes long in front of you. Huge inhale, fill every nook and cranny with the breath. And exhale, let it go. Draw your knees into your chest and roll over to one side. Take a pause there for a moment. Notice how you feel. Thank yourself for taking the time to practice this morning. Taking the time to check in with your heart, your third eye, your intuition, to see what feels right and where you would like to head this week. How would you like to show up? Press into your hands and slowly come back up to a comfortable seat where we began. Ground your sit bones into the earth. Tilt that pelvis gently forward. Grow your spine long and tall. Drop your shoulders. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Take a deep inhale into your chest and an exhale. Bring your left hand to your heart and right hand atop and press in gently. Take a deep inhale once again, connect to your heart, and an exhale. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, each finger pad touches. Take a deep inhale here, connect to your intention for the week ahead. Exhale, let it go. Thank you all so much for joining me for practice this Monday morning. May you all be well. May you all be loved. May you all be safe. And may you all have a beautiful, intentional week ahead. The light in me shines and reflects the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.
Thanks, Jessie.